We're getting new insight tonight on the ongoing struggle for dozens of homeowners in Corcoran. As we've been reporting, they bought houses in D.R. Horton's Fox Run neighborhood, but they can't move in yet because the 50 brand new homes have no power. D.R. Horton and utility provider PG&E are blaming each other. Fox 26 reporter Sophia Lesio spoke with a Corcoran-based realtor and a civil engineer today. Sophia, that realtor told you that he was even considering buying one of these homes. What were the red flags that made him change his mind?
Yeah, Liz, Jason Mahill tells me there were actually quite a few. He says before he was in real estate, he actually worked in pest control and he knew what power sources to look out for. And when he stopped to see those homes, he noticed there weren't any power sources. Really, bottom line is, he says someone messed up.
Told my 3 potential buyers that until I get a confirmation they have power there, I don't think it would be a good idea to buy in the Fox Run homes.
Jason Mahill is a realtor in Corcoran. He says last year he had been looking at homes D.R. Horton was building in this Fox Run neighborhood. Some of his clients were also interested, but when he stopped by, he says he spotted some red flags.
I saw no evidence when I drove to the site that there was anything connected, and I knew the properties around it. There would have to be some sort of an easement negotiated with those property owners.
He wanted to double check, so he called Pacific Gas and Electric himself. After a couple of hours on the phone, he found out this neighborhood never had any power. He assumed everyone in Corcoran knew, including the home buyers, but he was wrong.
There are certain disclosures that D.R. Horton has to make, and there are certain things that PG&E has to do by law. To me, it looks like both of them failed.
As Fox 26 News has been reporting for more than a week, Corcoran's Fox Run neighborhood still can't turn on the lights. The developer D.R. Horton and PG&E are still pointing fingers over who's at fault. Civil engineer Giuliano DiCicco, who was not involved in the project, said he's seen this happen before, and it could be one of 2 things.
And then sometimes what happens is a developer will try to get a head start on some of the work, and they'll get maybe a preliminary design or have discussions with PG&E engineers to try to get a head start on it.
And might jump the gun without having something set in stone.
So D.R. Horton is probably more motivated to act more quickly, knowing that there's going to be interest rate increases and maybe their homes not being as affordable.
Another possibility, it could be partly PG&E's fault. He says new state laws, rules, and regulations might have taken effect, forcing PG&E to change the design in order to comply.
Now D.R. Horton's in a position where they have to potentially tear out what they installed already and put in the new upgrade line. Well, there's costs and impacts there.
Meantime, dozens are stuck in the middle, waiting to see when they could finally move in. Until then, Mahill says they might want to consider taking legal action.
Sometimes having a lawyer involved means the lawyers inform the parties involved what their legal responsibilities are.
Now, as we have reported, PG&E representatives told Fox 26 it explained to D.R. Horton 3 years ago that it needed to secure an easement with neighboring property owners. But it says D.R. Horton built the homes anyway, knowing the risk. And I have reached out to D.R. Horton multiple times asking for an interview sharing its side, but I have yet to hear back, Liz.
And it's worth noting you're not the only one from our station that has reached out to D.R. Horton and has yet to hear back. All right, thanks so much, Sophia. PG&E officials were in Corcoran today to talk with families about why their neighborhood doesn't have power. Kings County Supervisor Richard Valley says the representatives still blame D.R. Horton for this mess. Families say they plan to continue putting pressure on PG&E until they get power into their homes. Again.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.